Welcome back to Truths in Books. Today, we're diving into one of the most famous personal finance books ever written, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This book isn't just about money, it's about mindset. And in this video, I'll break it down into 5 powerful lessons that can completely shift how you think about wealth. Lesson 1. The rich don't work for money. Robert grew up with 2 father figures, his real dad who he calls Poor Dad, and his friend's father, who he calls Rich Dad. Poor Dad worked hard for a paycheck, believed in job security, and climbed the education ladder. Rich Dad, on the other hand, didn't chase money. He built businesses and investments where money worked for him. The key lesson? Don't just work for money. Build systems and streams of income that keep working even when you're not. Lesson 2. Assets versus liabilities. This is the core of the book. The rich buy assets, while the poor and middle class often buy liabilities, thinking they're assets. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket, like investments, rental property, or a business. A liability takes money out of your pocket, like a car loan, or even a house if it doesn't generate income. If you want to grow wealth, you have to focus on collecting assets, not just possessions. Lesson 3. Financial education is power. Poor Dad believed schools would teach Robert everything he needed to succeed. But Rich Dad said, schools don't teach you how money works, they only prepare you to work for someone else. That's why financial literacy is so important. You need to understand cash flow, investing, markets, and taxes. Because if you don't know how money works, you'll always be controlled by it. But if you learn, money becomes your tool. Lesson 4. Mind your own business. Poor Dad focused on building his employer's business. Rich Dad focused on building his own. The lesson here is simple. Don't just spend your life building someone else's dream. Build your own. That doesn't mean you should quit your job tomorrow, but it does mean you should use your time and income to create assets and side businesses that belong to you. Lesson 5. Risk and learning. Poor Dad avoided risks because he feared failure. But Rich Dad believed failure was the best teacher. The difference is that the rich don't see mistakes as the end, they see them as lessons. The poor let fear stop them. The rich let curiosity push them forward. If you want to grow wealth, you need to embrace risk, not recklessly, but with the mindset that every mistake teaches you how to do better next time. So, what's the big idea of Rich Dad Poor Dad? It's not about how much money you earn, it's about how you think about money. The rich don't just work harder, they think differently. They don't work for money, they make money work for them. They buy assets, not liabilities. They prioritize financial education. They mind their own business. And they embrace risk as a path to learning. If you apply these principles, you'll start to see money not just as a paycheck, but as a tool to create freedom. That's the truth in this book. If you found value in this summary, make sure to like, subscribe, and check out my other book breakdowns like Atomic Habits and The Psychology of Money. This is Truths in Books, where we find life-changing lessons hidden in plain sight.